Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mag. So hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So Newcastle United going to our last game before the international break as we take on Nottingham Forest down at the City Ground. This will be the first top flight visit to the City Ground since 1999. Of course, the last time we were here, Newcastle United come away 2-1 winners in a game against Nottingham Forest with Alan Shearer and Didi Hamann scoring in that game. This will be an 8 o'clock kickoff live on Sky Sports. Once again, in 2023, we are live on the TV for this one. And looking at Nottingham Forest side going into this game, they've got quite a few injury worries. Some of them doubts for the game on Friday as well. Looking at some of them players that will be sidelined are Willy Bolly, McKenna, Dean Henderson, Omar Richards as well. But also to mention Brennan Johnson, who is doubtful going into this game. One of the players as well that will be sidelined is old boy Chrissy Wood. Of course, he won't be eligible to play as he remains, of course, on the sidelines after picking up a hamstring injury just 6 minutes into their game against Spurs, and with him having to withdraw out of the game. So he won't be available for Nottingham Forest, of course, after making the deal a permanent move after being on loan there. Of course, when he triggered the clauses in the loan move to make it a permanent deal. So he won't be available to play in the game on Friday after picking up that hamstring injury against Spurs. But other old boys, John Joe Shelvey and Jack Colback, will be available for the game on Friday. So it'll be interesting to see what them two lads will be able to do against Newcastle United. Hopefully we can keep them quiet, but you know, it's going to be an interesting game all the same. Looking at Steve Cooper's side this season as well, they are without a win in their last 5 Premier League games, but they've been no pushovers this season at the City Ground, winning 5, drawing 5 and losing 3. The trio of defeats all, of course, coming earlier in the season. And, of course, they are looking to extend their unbeaten run in the Premier League as well at the City Ground to 10 games sequence. That includes a victory over Liverpool and draws with both Chelsea and Man City as well. The ref going into this game is going to be Paul Tinney. It's a third appointment of the season for the Lancashire-based official after presiding over our 4-0 win over, of course, Aston Villa at St James's Park, and 2-1 success against Southampton as well at St James's Park in the League Cup, which featured, of course, the red card for Bruno Guimaraes in the closing stages. Hopefully, you know, Paul Tinney does a better job in this game because he has been a bit of a dodgy ref this season. Even though he has presided over 2 wins for Newcastle, he has made some questionable calls in the game. I'm not going to say much about the red card, to be honest, because at the end of the day, it probably was a red card. And to be honest, you know, there's other players out there that have done similar things and had a red card as well this season. So I'm not going to say anything about that. Peter Banks, to be honest, as well, is a bit of a questionable one, bit of controversy there as well, in the fact that, you know, Peter Banks is a Scouser and Liverpool are right behind with 2 points behind. We're in 6th place in the Premier League. We are 2 points ahead of them. We're 4 points behind Tottenham. This is a game where, you know, I do expect Newcastle to come away with 3 points in the bag, but it's not going to be an easy game. Like I've said, you know, Nottingham Forest are no pushovers at the City Ground this season, but they are going to be without Brennan Johnson, who has probably been one of their most influential players this season. So that could benefit we're immensely going into the game against them. Looking at where recent games against them, of course, we won 2-0 against them at the beginning of the season at St James's Park. Also, looking at the games against them down at the City Ground, the most recent one, of course, was a 3-1 defeat in the League Cup back in the 18-19 campaign. Solomon Rondon scoring the goal in the game for Newcastle. When you look at the most recent win against them, down at the City Ground, that was the 11-12 season in the League Cup. Once again, a 4-3 win for Newcastle. Peter Lovenkrantz scoring 2 goals in the game, Colaccini getting a goal in the game, and Danny Simpson getting a goal in the game as well. But other than that, you know, the only other win that we've had against them was back in the 98-99 season, which was, of course, the last time we played against them in the top flight, when, of course, Shearer and Haman scored the goals in the game. Now, we're going into this one, 5th place, 44 points. We're going into it with 3 draws, 2 losses, and 1 win in the recent games. Form, whilst Nottingham Forest are going into this one 14th place in the league, 26 points, and they're going in with 3 losses, 2 draws, and a win in recent games. Of course, with their most recent game being a loss, our most recent game being the win, with it being the win against, of course, Wolves, just gone, the 2-1 win at St James's Park. So this will be an interesting game. You know, after this game, of course, we've got the international break, so the players will be heading away who aren't going on international duty, and they'll be heading out, of course, to Saudi Arabia to get some warm weather training, as Eddie Howe has confirmed that is the plan, to get some warm weather training in and get the players a chance, you know, to get a bit of a rest, a bit of a push on as well, with what is left of the season. I believe it's like 13 games left. After this game against Nottingham Forest, there'll be 12 games left of the season to go. And when we do come back off the international break, we've got a big game against Manchester United at St James's Park. Chance for to get a bit of revenge for that League Cup final, of course, and that it will be again on TV, and it'll be live on Sky. 4:30 kickoff for that one. But that is, of course, after the international break. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Going into this one, what's your thoughts on it? Nottingham Forest fans, if you're watching, let us know your thoughts. You know, going into this one, you will be missing out possibly with Brennan Johnson on this one. Chrissy Wood obviously won't be able to play, but what's your thoughts going into this one? You know, what is the result that you'd be happy with coming away with in this game? Personally, I'd be happy Newcastle coming away 1-0 winners in this game against Nottingham Forest, you know, and wrapping it up before we go on that international break to then focus, you know, on that little bit of warm weather training out in Saudi Arabia before we come back and we'll have, you know, the rest of what's left of the Premier League to push on and try and get them Champions League spots that are there. At the end of the day, you know, we are 4 points behind Tottenham. We've got every chance of finishing in 4th. Hell, we've got every chance of possibly even pushing to 3rd in the league as well if Manure can start dropping on form as well, because we're not even that far away from them neither. So there is a big chance there. We've got 2 games in hand over Tottenham. We've got a game in hand over Liverpool and Manure as well. So, you know, anything is possible at the end of the day. Football's a crazy game and anything can happen, you know, but let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If any of this video has been of note to you, please do hit the like on the video, as it does help to support the channel. And if you can as well, do a small little favour by subscribing to the channel, as I'm on the road to 2k subscribers, trying to push on as well with the channel, to growing the channel to get out there to a wider audience. And until next time, I'll see you all later, and however lads.